MBB Convocation Center on the campus of the University of North Georgia. We are back on the air for Peach Belt Conference men's basketball between Georgia College and North Georgia here from Dahlonega as we welcome you in to the NSN pregame show here from Dahlonega. Walker McCrary high above court side. The women already a 17-point win over Georgia College. Now it's the men's turn to take the floor, and North Georgia coming off of a big high on Wednesday, a 72-65 overtime win over Georgia Southwestern that saw North Georgia actually trail the game in the second half, but come back late with less than a minute left, tied the game, sent it to overtime, and it was all North Georgia in the extra 5 minutes of play. Ephraim Shamonga continues to rewrite the record books. He hit his 400th career field goal to be the third player all time to hit 400 career field goals here at North Georgia. Steals record, assists in the records. He's a 1,000-point scorer. He will continue to rewrite the record books throughout the rest of his senior year here at Dahlonega, and he is going to be a key cog, especially on the defensive end. When you talk about Georgia College, they can put up points. They're led by Jordan Thomas. He averages 20.2 points per game, a very good player for the Bobcats for sure, as Georgia College looks to come in here and improve after a 13-point loss at home to Columbus State on Wednesday night. 92-79 was the final score of that one. Georgia College, they give up a lot of points, but they have scored a lot of points this year. North Georgia going to have to lean on that defense to keep things going. North Georgia, the leaders in the conference in scoring defense, holding opponents to around 72 points per game. That's by far the best in the Peach Belt Conference, and Dan Evans is really leaning hard on that defense to start off the 2019-20 season. He got his first Peach Belt win of his career. He looks to make it two today here in Dahlonega. We'll take a commercial break, and when we return, we'll dive into a little bit more of the pregame and then throw it down courtside to Lee Glenn and Craig Corbin. North Georgia and Georgia College coming your way in moments here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
What is the Golden Eagle Band? Established in 1873, we are the oldest organization on campus. Excellence in music is our passion. Our spirit of brotherhood provides friendships that last a lifetime. We compete and perform just for fun. Join the tradition.
With Red Rooster Realty. Fall is right around the corner, and it doesn't get any prettier than this. Have you been thinking about buying in Georgia's Lake and Mountain Paradise? Give me a call at 770-480-4777.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Back with you here in Dahlonega as we close in on tip-off in the second half of our Peach Belt Conference doubleheader. North Georgia and Georgia College getting set to do battle for the 29th time all-time. 15-13, Georgia College leads the all-time series, but North Georgia is 7-6 in Dahlonega in this matchup. It's going to be a very interesting game. The offensive abilities of Georgia College and Jordan Thomas going up against the defensive abilities of North Georgia as a team, and Ephraim Shamanga individually. He is second in Division II in steals per game, averaging over 3 steals per contest, tops in the league in that category, as well as total steals. He has 40 this season, 200 and some odd steals on the year. And to talk more about Ephraim and the rest of the Nighthawks, as well as Georgia College, and give you the full preview of today's game, we go courtside to Craig Corbin and Lee Glenn. Gentlemen, good afternoon.
And good afternoon to you, Walker. Thank you so much. And it is time for the second half of our doubleheader. The women taking care of the first stanza. Nice effort. 4 players in double figures in that one, and double-digit rebounds yet again for Kara Gruber.
Man, they're so much fun to watch. It's a program of culture that has really kind of set the standard for the Peach Belt in the Southeast region, and do a lot of the same things, and have just kind of created their own standard of excellence, and they're really fun to watch.
Hats off to them. That was a series coming into today in the women's side. It was 17-15 in favor of North Georgia. Same thing on the men's side. Very tight series over the years between North Georgia and Georgia College. The Bobcats with a 2-game advantage, 15-13 on the men's side of things. So North Georgia looking to expand on the momentum from Wednesday's road win at Georgia Southwestern.
Yep, first conference win in the Dan Evans era, and I'd imagine that with the same tradition and culture that he intends to and has started the process of initiating in the men's program, definitely going to be the first of many. Anytime you can win on the at the conference level away from your own building, it speaks volumes to the evening. But, it's great to see Coach Evans get his first win and to do it in with a little bit of trouble. North Georgia had to lean on a Zez Steeple half-to-half 3 with about 5 or 6 seconds left from the corner. If that ball didn't go in, then we don't get the extra period and don't get the win. So to see them fight into a win on the in conference leads me to believe that the good things are ahead for this men's team.
On paper, it looks like a good matchup between the two teams here today. You look at the statistical comparison, and North Georgia leading in 6 of the primary categories. Georgia College in 3 when you look at them. But Georgia College able to put some points on the board, and that will be an interesting comparison today because defense has been a strong suit for the Nighthawks.
Team defense has, and I had a chance to speak with Coach Evans just yesterday, and we were talking about really the Flagler game and how Flagler, it seemed like, really just could at any time they scored with ease. And but we both agreed that the team defensive component is still very visual. Visible. We can see how they're connected defensively, how they talk on the floor, how they understand the other opposing team's strengths. And one thing that I think that we're going to have to pay attention to today is Georgia College is really one of the few teams that offensively can score in a bunch of different ways. Within the Peach Belt Conference, you see teams with high athletic rosters that really like to go get tough twos. I mean, they'll just almost hoard the ball in a handoff format and just get at the rim. They want the ball played basically within the charge, or want the game played within the charge circle. Georgia College is not one of those. They've got a little bit more well-roundedness to their offense, and so it's going to be interesting to see if it looks like our team defensive concept can throw them off rhythm, because at the end of the day, you're talking about Georgia College, a team that has gone to Pembroke and won on the road.
That says volumes.
Yeah. I mean, winning at Pembroke, Pembroke and Aiken are probably the 2 best teams in the league this year. And anybody that can go into Aiken and pick up a victory, that's a big win for them.
No doubt. Bobcats bringing a mark of 5-8 overall, 2-3 in conference play. They're led by Jordan Thomas, junior out of Conyers, averaging better than 20 points a game.
Yep, he can get it. He's the men's version of Harper Vick. Can score. Has the green light to be a volume shooter. And so it'll be interesting to see how we match up against him, if we change our ball screen concepts any, or what personnel we try to make sure stays matched up on him.
Thomas also doles out more assists than anyone else on the Bobcats roster, has made more steals, and plays more minutes than anyone else. Walker had alluded to Ephraim Shimanga, and congratulations, by the way, to Ephraim for surpassing the threshold as far as the number of field goals in a career. That was great to get that in the game against Georgia Southwestern. But you look at what he does. Leads the team in 4 different categories, is nationally ranked as far as his defensive prowess. And he is someone that really, I think, has been a part of creating that overall defensive success as a team because of his teammates' ability to feed off of his level of intensity.
Yeah, there's just every basketball team, every successful basketball team has to have that one player, that just not only can vocally try to get you to play harder, hey, man, let's go. Or, just that kind of hype guy. But you also have to have that player that just does it by example. It's just like that guy that you just don't want to let down. The quiet soldier, the man in the ditch beside me, and he's made that decision to go do it. Well, I'm going to do it as well. I'm right there with you. And on countless occasions that you and I have been watching, he absolutely is that guy for the Nighthawks.
Without question. We look forward to seeing what Ephraim brings to the floor today. Also, it has been interesting to watch the addition of KJ Jenkins to the mix. He has really stepped in, actually leads the team scoring-wise, better than 15 points per contest. Has not started any of the 4 games that he's played in, but you can see early on he will be a vital cog for this team in going forward.
I've heard how well, I've only seen him play really online, and I've heard really how great of a scorer he was at the high school level. And he's a smooth player. He's not the biggest built player. And so, and you're definitely going to run into some well-built dudes in the Peach Belt Conference. But it's interesting to see how well he holds up, but he can definitely score at a high rate.
Without question. KJ averaging 15 points a game, has played 23 minutes per contest in the 4 that he's played, averaging 40% both from the floor, on the hole, and beyond the arc.
Wow. Again, that's the number, right? If it starts with a 4 from behind the arc, you kind of got
green light.
Go ahead, son. Go ahead, son. Do your thing.
If you feel good, let it rip. Also, I think the minutes that we've seen from Josh Cottrell, the sophomore from Hayesville, transfer from Western Carolina, averaging better than 27 minutes per game. He has been also very efficient with the use of his time thus far in the season.
I think you got to tip your hat to Josh's shot selection. He's made some big shots for us. Had a game in the earlier in the year where he made 7 threes, right? Did he miss one? I
think it was a perfect
it was a 7-7.
I think it was.
And so, good shooters do it in volume, or they only take good shots. And I think that Josh is the latter. He only takes good threes. You don't see him squeeze off bad shot attempts.
Averaging 7.5 points per contest on the season, has 10 steals to his credit, and has dished out 19 assists. We're wrapping up the final moments of pregame. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll go through your starting lineups as well as the opening tip. Game 2 of our doubleheader between the University of North Georgia and Georgia College. Stay with us. The opening tip straight ahead right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
It takes more than intelligence and talent to succeed in life. It takes grit and a commitment to excellence.
It takes the willingness to serve others and a cause greater than yourself.
It requires you to push boundaries,
Ask difficult questions.
and understand the world around you
It requires you to know your strengths.
and weaknesses, and have the desire to make yourself better than you were yesterday.
It requires you to be independent, efficient, and tolerant.
Ultimately, it requires you to be a leader. At the University of North Georgia, we develop leaders,
Leaders who serve our country abroad to tackle the challenges of the world.
and leaders who serve at home to improve our way of life.
Leaders who never quit.
Leaders who lead by example and not exception.
Leaders who are tough, but fair.
Leaders who are relentless and passionate.
Leaders who solve problems and don't make excuses.
Leaders who do the right thing, even when no one's looking.
There's nothing average about the University of North Georgia and its Corps of Cadets.
If you've got what it takes, then bring it.
All right, Joyride Beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I'd really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama Lake? What? Still no high though. Hi. Hey. Oh my God, there it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. God, I'm good. All right.
Can you stop copying me?
And back we are. Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, Walker McCrary, the Nighthawk Sports Network team. Time now for your starting lineups. First for the Bobcats of Georgia College under head coach Mark Gaines. It'll be number 1, Jordan Thomas. We talked about him in the open, averaging better than 20 points per contest. He's number 1. Number 2, Wesley Simpson. Also number 14, A.J. James. Number 24, Justin Cave. And number 34, Christian Koneman. For the Nighthawks of UNG, under head coach Dan Evans, it'll be Josh Cottrell. Number 10, number 12, Bailey Miner. Number 21, Ephraim Shamunga. It will be Darnell Snyers. And the man in the middle, number 42, Karad Watson. Nighthawks 6 and 7 overall, 1 and 4 in Peach Belt play. Quick look at the Peach Belt Conference women's basketball scoreboard. Finals from earlier this afternoon. Aiken falling to Clayton 79-64. It was Young Harris knocking off Augusta 71-59. Lander defeats Francis Marion 82-67. Georgia Southwestern falling to Flagler. And Columbus State knocking off Pembroke. And we are ready for the opening tip, and it's controlled by the Bobcats. Jordan Thomas gets rid of it, and then down low it goes to Koneman. Back out. Koneman on the wing, away to Simpson. 10 on the shot clock. Snyder's able to hang right with Simpson. Long three, no good. Rebound taken by Shamunga. Down the middle of the court, drives, dishes. Watson back out to Snyers. Finds Karad in the corner. Three off the iron, no good. Bailey Miner got a hand on it, but controlled by Justin Cave.
Nice defensive first possession for North Georgia. Really defended for deep into the shot clock. Right there, Georgia College taking an earlier shot. No passes, just a high ball screen into a 3 for Thomas. It's going to be interesting to see how we defend the high ball screens that involve him.
Thomas hits 43% of his shots beyond the arc. Scary good. Shamanga up and in. What a shot.
Wow. Like the Jedi. And not like the one from Flagler.
No. Nothing like that Jedi.
No.
Thomas,
it's illegal.
Palmed the ball. We'll give it back to the Nighthawks. It's amazing Ephraim's ability, and that last possession, a great example of creating points out of what would look to be no chance whatsoever, just to even get the shot away.
You know what, Coach Evan, let's see what happens here. He's on the prowl.
Cottrell for 3 off the iron and off the top of the backboard, out of bounds to the Bobcats.
Coach Evans claims that he's like a cat. So he just is just super smooth, and he just kind of pounces in quick. And I thought that was a great alliteration. Ephraim's a cat. not a bobcat, or a mountain lion, or a catamount.
Maybe a puma?
Yeah, or a bearcat. Because those are only in India.
You are. We aim to educate. Thomas with the ball, 5 to shoot, nearly lost the handle, and taken away by Ephraim. How about that? He gets it up, and too late, the pass to Watson because Koneman had gotten back. Had Ephraim been able to tip the ball initially, it would have gotten it to Karad in time.
But goes without make sure we note that he just took it from one of the best scorers in the league, just off the dribble.
With the ball, Justin Kay puts it up, right elbow shot, no good, rebound Watson. And the lingering effect of that is that now that's in Thomas's head.
Yeah. And I would definitely thought that it would be Ephraim that got that assignment.
Holding high, Snyers back to Cottrell. In between the circles, back to Darnell it goes. Shot clock at 13. Over, Shamanga drives, dishes, tried to get it to Bailey Minor. Ball is free, and a foul on the play. That will go against Darnell. That is the first on Snyers. That will let Zach Cottrell check in. He will replace Karad Watson in the lineup.
Karad. You know what that means, right? I mean, do you listen to away broadcasts? You should.
Sounds entertaining.
It's interesting to see the lack of use of a pronunciation guy.
Why bother?
I'm just going to guess at this young man's name.
Who was it that pronounced his name that way?
No, it was one of the last road games they were on. It was Karad, C-A-R-E, Care. Bud, U-D.
Down low it goes. The shot up and in for Chris Parks.
NBA level post move, 2 degrees to it.
Parks at
dribble setup.
250-pounder out of Buford. Transferred in from Queens University. Josh Cottrell, 3 off the mark, no good, and rebound snared by Parks. 16-14 remaining here in the first half. Georgia College by 3 with the ball and a whistle. Foul away from the ball.
Illegal down screen, or try to pin down screen.
Was that on Sloan?
12.
Austin Sloan, the freshman from Warner Robins, in Houston County.
Well done. A lot of people think that's Houston.
Oh, no. That would be sacrilege.
Yeah.
Shamanga out front to Bailey Minor. Zez Steeple in the ball game. Double teamed away to Zach. Now Ephraim, 15 to shoot, 3 on the way. It looked good, but didn't go in.
Thought it was good the whole way.
Up ahead to Sloan, and a slam for Austin. 15:30 will have a timeout at the next stoppage of play. KJ Jenkins gets it to Zach. Tried to dish it to Ephraim. Ball is free, and Jenkins comes up. 3 on the way. No good. Right to Bailey Minor. Up strong. Yes.
Bailey absolutely pursues every play, and that's a high characteristic, or high character kind of decision to make, to chase offensive rebounds on every shot, knowing you're only going to get one every so often.
Out front, Thomas gets it to Parks, backs in on Zach. That shot off the glass is good. 9-4 your score. Zez Steeple drives, and the whistle will stop the clock. The under 16 timeout is forthcoming, and we'll take a break. 9-4 Georgia College. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Georgia basketball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia, and Kazi Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention. North Georgia.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
I'm Kara Gruber, and you're watching North Georgia basketball on NSN.
And back we are. Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, Walker McCrary, and the entire Nighthawk Sports Network team. Game number 2 of our doubleheader between North Georgia and Georgia College. The Bobcats own a 5-point advantage at 9-4. I do like the physical matchup between these two teams.
Yeah. Georgia College looks a lot like, although their system, they don't play like the other teams in the Peach Belt Conference, they look a lot like them. I mean, if you line them up in a lineup, they're just bigger and wider than we are. But they play a little bit more well-rounded. It's not all just at the rim. Coach Gaines runs a lot of good sets.
Zach Brown in the ball game now for the Nighthawks. Watson drives, dishes, and the left-handed shot would not go. Foul will send Shabanga to the line.
Result whistle.
And that is on Austin Sloan, his second infraction. Ephraim to the line. On the season, averaging better than 11 points a game. Gets that one to go. Sloan will get a breather, and Koneman back in the ball game, number 34, sophomore from Chatsworth, Georgia. Second one also good. Christian Koneman, prepped at Christian Heritage.
It's actually in Dalton, isn't it?
Yep.
That's a good set there.
That 3 was well short. Loose ball, though, to Parks, and down low. Koneman fouled by Brown. The initial 3 had no chance whatsoever.
No, but it was a good set. Ran it for just a kind of screen to rescreen right in front of our bench there.
Koneman on the season, 61% at the line. Checking into the Bobcats lineup, number 3, Hunter Norman, redshirt freshman out of Kennesaw and North Cobb Christian. Missed shot, Jenkins the rebound. Snyers away to Jenkins. Puts it up, left side, no good. Rebound snatched down by Chris Parks. And here come the Bobcats up 10-6. They led by as many as 5 a moment ago. Koneman to Parks. Looking to go back door was Thomas, but nothing doing there. That shot off the iron. Rebound by Zez. Steeple away to Brown. Drives in, and bodies fall like bowling pins. Both Koneman and Brown crashing to the floor. I think Zach made up his mind that as soon as he caught the pass,
he was going to the rim.
He was going to the rack.
Did the ball go in for sure?
I do not think so.
They
They
claimed that it did.
It is yet to be indicated on the scoreboard. It is. Okay, now it's been credited.
Did it go in? I guess it did.
Must have. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see it.
I was just watching the
I was watching
carnage.
the bodies. Yeah. Carnage is right. Well, I'll be honest. And Brown completing the three-point play. That's always a concern for me when I know that the bodies are hitting the floor as high as these guys can jump.
That's scary.
And just like that, it's a one-point game at 10-9. Bobcats lead with possession. Koneman away to Norman. Now in the hands of Justin Cave. Koneman able to save it, and right to Dan Evans. Nice hands, Coach.
One-handed. He didn't even have to relocate his dry erase board.
Didn't drop the clipboard, the dry erase board. Just that was sort of nonchalant. And we have received confirmation as Brown has that one blocked. He'll head right back to the line. Eagle eye.
Tape don't lie.
Nope. 12:56 to go. First half, 10-9. Brown a chance to tie it up. Does not. Bobcats have led the entire way. Lead has been cut to 1 on 2 occasions.
If that ball actually did not go in on the three-point play, how come nobody else argued it?
Phantom 2. Let's remember that, shall we?
Yeah.
This is a game that could definitely come into play. The shot from the foul line, in and out, no good for A.J. James. And an offensive board to Koneman, reach-in foul on Josh Cottrell. I guess that's why neither of us remembered seeing it go in.
Well, I saw that it didn't. I was hoping somebody would correct me, but I know that makes don't end up over there by the camera operator, mostly. So, whatever.
That was a long shot that did not go, but an offensive board keeps it alive for the Bobcats.
We got to get stopped. We got to finish the stop. That's a low percentage three taken by Georgia College. We can't just let them keep having free chances at the rim.
Foul away from the ball. I'm actually going to give that one to Josh. On the drive by Norman. Hunter on the baseline. Lobs it in to James. Right back to Hunter it goes. Back it goes to Koneman. That three is off the mark. Wow. And another offensive board into the hands of Deckard. Around the horn it goes to Norman. Now Deckard will drive. The pass back out to Norman. Shot clock at 9. Scramble. Boy, that might have been a travel. Double dribble. And that will give it. We've got a timeout on the floor. The under 12. Knotted at 10. Stay with us. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Man, it's Fox 2-3 out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
One of the more entertaining aspects of games here at the Convocation Center are the timeout camera shots of the crowd. Right now we got the bongo camera going.
Bongo cam is happening. And
I like it.
Being played
hey, the Eagle heads even got into it.
Aggressively by the Eagles.
They bring the A game every time out.
Love them. Pep Man's come so far.
I appreciate that. And you made mention early in the women's game about the atmosphere here at North Georgia. I have been so impressed at how quickly it has become such a phenomenal experience.
Be hard pressed to find a Division II non-football school that's as collegiate as it is here.
Delayed whistle will give an opportunity for Watson. I think he was a little more open than he expected to be. Altered his shot, expecting more contact. Foul given to A.J. James.
What size shoe would you guess Karad wears?
17, maybe more. Those are pretty good sized boats. What do you think?
I think I'll wear a 9. I think I could sleep in that. Like a sleeping bag.
Karad gets one of 2.
And it's got like four Velcros per shoe. Just to keep it strapped and attached.
Actually, I should remember the answer to that question because I believe, shot from Thomas is off the mark, no good. I believe Karad shared that with me when we had our Nighthawk All Access interview. Steeple for 3.
I'll tell you what, got to give a lot of credit on that play to Tyler Dean. Coach Evans had seen enough of the offensive rebounds that he put Dean in and immediately finished that possession with a rebound, took 2 dribbles, and pitched up and got us the advantage basketball. Now right there making a play at the rim.
Oh, and stolen right back by Simpson. An 8-0 run by the Nighthawks. Oh, the lob to nowhere.
Coach Gaines is looking at him like, what are you doing?
Let's take a look at that last play. Great job by the Nighthawk Sports Network team, Morgan Brooks and company. Hats off to their efforts of bringing the best in televised coverage. Tyler Dean, this one off the mark, no good. Rebound, about a loose ball. Chimanga tied up. And it will stay North Georgia ball. 10:19 to go, first half. 14-10 your score. While we have a second, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network. Gets it to Steeple. Zez back to Tyler. Now Ephraim. Dean will drive to the baseline. Underneath he goes and forced out of bounds and over to Georgia College. By the way, Coach Gaines sporting the full beard look this season.
It's new for him.
Yep.
No shave November.
Very dapper.
Yeah.
That jumper from Parks, no good. Rebound Watson. Here come the Nighthawks. Steeple on the move. Zez from the right elbow, no good. Rebound, Karad.
Attaboy.
Back to Steeple. Zez will drive, lays it up. It is no good, and a blocking foul will give Zez an opportunity at the line.
We have actually flipped the script here a little bit and have finished Georgia College's offensive possessions with one-shot trips, and now we've got a couple of times down the floor where we've taken early jump shots but kind of stayed in the play and got extra possession.
And it has been several minutes since the Bobcats have scored. That foul shot off the mark, no good. Snyers is set to check in if Zez will hit this foul shot.
Yeah, it has been over 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
In the lineup for the Bobcats, number 11, Richard Crawford, freshman from Evans, Georgia, and Greenbrier. It's now a 9-0 run as Zez hit that last foul shot. 15-10 your score. 9.5 minutes to go, first half. Thomas, three, no good. Rebound, tipped. Another offensive board. Brandon Thomas will drive, no good, but a foul sends him to the line. Brandon Thomas from McDonough, transferred from Mercer. That one is good. Bailey Minor and Zach Brown checking in for Watson and Dean. Got them both. Just watching Chris Parks run back up the court, 250, 6'5". I'm guessing while he was at Buford, he might have played basketball and football.
I would imagine.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Big three there. And it is 18-12.
Yeah, he's a grown man. Oh, that's a good set.
Beautiful drive in the basket by the aforementioned Chris Parks. Don't get to use the word aforementioned that often.
You don't.
It's a good word. It's polysyllabic.
It's like 3 words crammed into one.
Yeah. Oh, missed shot, loose ball, scramble. The Bobcats have it. In between the circles, Brandon Thomas back to Jordan Thomas. Brandon, three, no good. Tracked down by Shamanga. Ephraim near side. Back to Shamanga. 8 minutes, 8 seconds to go first half. Control for three.
Josh had missed his first 2 from 3. Good shooters like that aren't going to miss 3 in a row.
That is the largest lead of the night. We got a timeout on the floor. North Georgia 21, Georgia College 14. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks desk with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Hi, I'm Sonia McClain with Red Rooster Realty. Fall is right around the corner, and it doesn't get any prettier than this. Have you been thinking about buying in Georgia's Lake and Mountain Paradise? Give me a call at 770-480-4777.
Hi, my name is Macy Gregg, and you're watching North Georgia Basketball on NSN.
Back we are, Bobcats with the ball, trailing now 21-14. Now the Nighthawks, clock rolls, 7:45 and counting first half. KJ off the mark, rebounded by Bailey Minor. Steeple in the key, good.
like the energy that Zez is playing with. A little bit of hop of his step, encouraging his teammates.
By the way, we did confirm that Chris Parks was a two-sport athlete in high school, but not at Buford. It was Collins Hill.
Collins Hill used to be the biggest high school in the state.
Yep. Now gets that Mill Creek.
Oh, he's not going to give that to Ephraim, is he?
I think he is. Is Mill Creek now the largest?
I think so, yeah.
I believe. I think.
Wow. That's one of those calls there that you just kind of you blow the whistle because you think that he can't foul the guy or get the ball without fouling, but Ephraim can.
Thomas gets the roll, and it's 23-16.
Just his 5th point of the game so far.
Yep. 7:04 to play first half. KJ Jenkins away to Chemunga in traffic. The dish and a beautiful lay-in by Zach Brown.
There's traffic finish by Zach.
And a beautiful assist to Ephraim. Crawford with the ball. Now to Parks. Oh, he traveled. And I think he may have stumbled a bit.
Yeah, got kind of tripped up there.
Interesting. Well, we're sort of the same neck of the woods for the largest high school in the state.
I'm sorry?
Brookwood. There's so many 7A schools in the metro.
They're like small towns. Oh, nice change of idea midair by Ephraim. Bailey ended up being wide open because his defender thought that he was going to get out on the perimeter where Ephraim's eyes were. Bailey was open and just didn't have his hands up there. Ephraim again, just stealth. You just don't know what's coming. The plane has landed before you know it was in the air.
6:10 to go in the first half. Nice feed to Koneman in traffic. Blocked by Watson. Jenkins on the move. Here come the Nighthawks. KJ to Ephraim. Chemunga now out front to Bailey. Straightaway three. Would not drop. Had a good look.
That's clean.
9-point advantage for North Georgia. Thomas guarded by Chemunga. Nearly a turnover. Deckard gets it back. Sloan.
Wow.
And a whistle. That'll be a foul on Jenkins.
Complex level move there. A lot of work in the post. Shows one shoulder, goes to the other.
Justin Cave, an 80% shooter on the season, rolls in the first. Josh Cottrell and Darnell Snyers back in for North Georgia. Got it to go. The two foul shots make it 25-18. 5:20 to go until the half. Cottrell guarded by Thomas in the corner to Jenkins. Drive, stops, back to Josh. Now KJ weaves his way through, puts it up, no good. Bailey Minor has the loose ball. Josh for three, right side, no good. Out of bounds to Georgia College.
Now North Georgia seems to have kind of hit the wells dried up on the offensive end.
Yep. Need to take advantage of these next 5 minutes and not give away what was a 9-point advantage. Thomas through traffic. And that foul on Watson. A.J. James checking back in, replacing Sloan. Parks comes in for Koneman. Jordan Thomas at the line. Now Josh Cottrell will get a breather, replaced by Zez Steeple. Thomas rolls it in. Second one coming now for the junior out of Conyers. No good. Watson the rebound. Outlet to Snyers. The lead is 6. Minor open for 3 left side off the iron. No good. Snyers tried to tip it to Watson, but Justin Cave came away with it. Now James, no good. Rebound, Bailey Minor.
Good job of contesting the dribble drive at the rim, forcing him into a hard 2, and then turning and punctuating the play with a defensive rebound.
Snyers back to Shamanga. Over to Zez. Around the horn they go. Ephraim down the lane in traffic. And that's going to be a blocking foul inside on A.J. James.
Restricted area.
Very.
You are in the restricted area. You can do nothing right.
Brown and Dean come in for Watson and Minor. Ephraim back to the line. 7 points on the afternoon, 3 rebounds for the young man out of Ackworth. That foul shot no good. Then it stays 25-19. Inside 4 minutes we go. A timeout at the next stoppage of play. Simpson, high arcing shot, good. Nice floater.
That was a good floater there. Used high arc just to get it over the help side defending big that had come and protected the rim.
3:40 to go. Now a 4-point North Georgia lead. Snyers. Ephraim Shamanga. That falls into your Jedi.
It does.
Capability.
He
shot.
goes through a gap. It's like how can mice fit under doors?
Same way as he got that shot away.
The answer falls in the same
beyond
same book.
comprehension. We got a timeout. 3:33 to go. 27-21 rather is your score. North Georgia on top. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back we are. Let's take a quick look as Ephraim goes to the line. How did he get there? And the bigger question is, how did he get that shot away?
I don't know. But I'm glad he's a Nighthawk.
Oh, a Nighthawk Jedi. I think Walker had a good suggestion during the break. Need to come up with the appropriate Jedi moniker for Ephraim. Do you have a favorite Jedi?
Me?
No, yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not a Star Wars guy.
I'm going to have to pass on that as well. Now, I have seen some of them, not all of them, heaven forbid, but
I think I've seen one. It's just hard to follow for
a couple.
Me. Not a sci-fi fan.
28-21. Down low to Parks. Backs in on Watson. Hook shot up. No good, but a tip. Wow. What a follow by Justin Cave.
Fast. Hop off, just quick off the floor.
5-point lead. Jenkins out front to Steeple. Fakes the three. Dribbles into the traffic. Floater would not go. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up. 5-footer good. I think Zez was looking for contact.
Ton of effort on that play by Zez. Just kind of staying in the play. Staying active.
Deckard away to Cave. Top of the key. Three. Good. Boy, Dan Evans is livid.
I think as he should be. That was a missed travel.
He is livid.
Missed travel that cost us 3 points.
30-26, 2:26 to play first half. Steeple. Long three to answer. Good off the glass. The bank is open.
Wow. There's some at least Zez has got a 3-point made three routine. At least that time he just raised his hands in the Michael Jordan fashion.
Oh, and a foul is going to send Justin Cave to the line for three. That's the second on Darnell. Doesn't it seem like when you foul a 3-point shot, it hurts so much worse?
You said he was an 80% three-point shooter?
Woo. On the nose. Not now.
No. 78.93. A quick calculation.
You are so good with math.
I'll work on it.
Oh, goodness.
These two teams run good action. It's fun to watch. It's good basketball. It's not just who's got the toughest ball handlers that get to the rim.
1 out of 3, but a tip will keep it alive for the Bobcats. 6-point ball game with less than 2 minutes to go in the first half of play. Hunter Norman away to Jordan Thomas. Now Justin Cave will launch a three. No good. Rebound, Shamanga. Ephraim brings it up the floor through traffic. Drives, shoots, kicks back. Steeple. Now in the corner, intended for Jenkins, knocked out of bounds by the Bobcats. .93 seconds left in the first half. The heave back to Zez. Now Jenkins looking down low for Watson, who had position. KJ to Ephraim, back to Jenkins. Shamanga into the paint. Dishes to Steeple, in and out, no good. Tipped up, no good. Rebound, Watson, and that one will go.
Watson gets the offensive rebound in the tip in, but Tyler Dean should be credited for keeping the play alive. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but he couldn't get it two hands on the rebound, so he tipped it, and Karad was able to gather it and finish. In traffic, I might add.
Long three, Thomas, no good. Ball tipped right to Karad. Here comes Jenkins. Did you notice how when Ephraim was in the air and wound up getting the ball in the corner on the left side, he actually had looked initially, it seemed, to the right.
Yeah, he just changes his mind.
In air.
Yeah.
That one taken away. It's a 2-on-1 up ahead to Jordan Thomas. No good. Ball knocked free, and Karad's got it for the Nighthawks. Boy, the Bobcats have missed some point-blank opportunities.
Yeah. You knew he was going to take it right at the rim. Good job by not letting a chaser get involved in the play on the miss.
Shot clock is off.
Stayed into the play.
Final 10 seconds, and the use it or lose it timeout will keep it right here. 11.9 to go and an 8-point advantage. Glad to see that the Nighthawks responded when the Bobcats had made a little bit of a run, cutting it to a 2-possession game.
This is fun basketball to watch from a coach, from a spectator. It may not be at the rim or above the rim, but there's good sets run. There's calculation on how to get shots. There's good defense, good engaged defense.
Yep.
Good communication on the defensive end. So this is definitely well worth the price of admission. Two very equal teams.
It'll be Steeple, Minor, Jenkins, Watson, and Shamanga to wrap up the final 11.9 seconds of the first half. Inbound comes to Shamanga. Ephraim now with 7. 6 away to Jenkins, over to Steeple. 3 in the corner, would not go. Tipped, Watson would not fall. Couple of opportunities that just did not drop. But a good first half nonetheless.
Great effort by Karad there. Great half.
At the break, it's North Georgia 35, Georgia College 27. When we come back, it'll be time for the halftime report. Walker McCrary from the concourse level of the Convocation Center. Stand by. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
What is the Golden Eagle Band? Established in 1873, we are the oldest organization on campus. Excellence in music is our passion. Our spirit of brotherhood provides friendships that last a lifetime. We compete and perform just for fun. Join the tradition.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
I'm Kara Gruber, and you're watching North Georgia basketball on NSN.
Halftime here in Dahlonega sees North Georgia on top 35-27 at the break against Georgia College as we welcome you into the NSN halftime report. Walker McCrary here on the concourse level of the UNG Convocation Center as we take a look at some first half stats. North Georgia 40% from the floor. That's 12 of 30 from the floor. They're also 4 of 16 from behind the arc. North Georgia has been able to hit some three-pointers. They haven't hit as many as they would want to, though. Zez Steeple hitting 2 of those 4 in the first half. The three-point shooting going to have to improve for North Georgia, but they're playing great defense on the other side. Georgia College just 9 of 28 from the floor and 2 of 11 from distance, and Jordan Thomas has been held pretty much in check. He's got 6 points. He's 2 of 8 from the floor. North Georgia doing a very good job. Ephraim Shamanga, Zez Steeple, KJ Jenkins, a lot of different people. Darnell Snyers defending one of the league's best scorers so far here in this first half. When you look at the rebounding margin, 24-17, North Georgia holds that advantage. It's a stat that North Georgia hasn't had the advantage on much this season. They even have the advantage on the offensive glass, 9-7. That's 7 offensive rebounds, though I'm sure Dan Evans will want to improve upon in the second half. And when you look at points in the paint, 14 apiece. Karad Watson has been big for North Georgia inside the lane in the first half. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll dive into the individual numbers on the box score. 35-27, North Georgia holds an 8-point lead over Georgia College right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready? Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms.
North Georgia basketball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia, and Kazi Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention.
35-27, your halftime score here in Dahlonega. North Georgia leads Georgia College in a crucial Peach Belt Conference matchup here at the UNG Convocation Center. As we dive into the numbers, Zez Steeple leading all scorers, 11 points on the day, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from distance. He has played extremely well off the bench today for Dan Evans. 10 points for Ephraim Shamanga. He also has 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal to go with his 3 for 4 performance from the floor, 3 of 4 also from the stripe. 6 points for Zach Brown off the bench, 3 for Karad Watson, 3 for Josh Cottrell, and 2 for Bailey Minor. North Georgia 12 of 30 from the floor, 4 of 16 from distance, 7 of 11 from the stripe. 24 rebounds led by 9 from Karad Watson. He's already nearly halfway to a double-double with 3 points and 9 boards. 5 assists, a steal, a block, and just 6 turnovers for North Georgia. When you take a look at Georgia College, they are led 8 points by Cave, 6 apiece for Thomas and Parks, 2 apiece for Simpson, Thomas, and Sloan. 1 point for Koneman. 9 of 28 from the floor is Georgia College, 2 of 11 from three-point land, 7 of 11 from the free throw line. 17 boards, 4 by Parks, the Collins Hill alumnus. 4 steals, 3 assists, 6 turnovers for the blue and green. Second chance points, North Georgia has 9 to Georgia College's 5. Both teams with 2 points off turnovers. Both teams relatively low scoring in the fast break game. 6 for North Georgia, 2 for Georgia College. And again, your score at halftime, 35-27 here from Dahlonega. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the full Peach Belt Conference scoreboard. Women's action done, men's action underway around the Peach Belt Conference. We'll give you the scores next right here on the NSN Halftime Report on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build. and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers. And I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm going to find out who.
What is going on here?
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Halftime here in Dahlonega sees North Georgia up 8 on Georgia College, 35-27 at the break. Zez Stiebel leading all scorers with 11. Ephraim Shamanga with 10 for North Georgia. We take a look at the Peach Belt Conference scoreboard. We'll start on the men's side. Lander and Francis Marion in a barn burner up in Florence, South Carolina. It's 34 apiece. They still have 4 minutes to play until halftime. Young Harris has a 4-point lead on Augusta University, 42-38, with about 40 seconds to play in the first half as well. Halftime down in St. Augustine. It's Flagler and Georgia Southwestern knotted up at 43 apiece. Down in Clayton State, second half action halftime score sees USC Aiken 48, Clayton State 44. Also, second half action down at Columbus State, UNC Pembroke 54 and Columbus State 50. We take a look at the women's scoreboard. A lot of interesting scores coming out on the women's side, of course. North Georgia 65-48 winners over Georgia College. Flagler defeats Georgia Southwestern 64-58. They inch closer to 500 in league play. Lander 82, Francis Marion 67. Francis Marion was right in that game the majority of the first half. Young Harris gets a big win over Augusta University. Augusta held to just 15 points in the first half. They storm back with 44 in the second half, but still fall 71-59. Clayton State 79-64 winners over USC Aiken, and Columbus State 64-52 winners over UNC Pembroke. Well, we're just moments from the start of the second half. The Nighthawks are back on the floor, and we'll throw it back courtside with Craig Corbin and Lee Glenn when we return from these commercial breaks. Nighthawks up 8, 35-27 at the break. This has been your NSN Halftime Report.
Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics. The
NCAA TV and marketing rights fees. Where does the money go? Long answer, 96% of the revenue is used to fund 88 championships and support 1,055 member colleges and universities, who together provide $2 billion annually in financial aid to more than 400,000 student athletes so they can compete and learn. Short answer, we put our money where our mission is.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Bandit Fox 2-3, out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
Back we are, Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, Walker McCrary, and the entire Nighthawk Sports Network team. A tip of the hat, we were talking in the break. Congratulations to North Dakota State, their 8th FCS National Championship today, knocking off James Madison 28-20, third in a row. They've won 37 games in a row. And with the win today, the first 16 win season since Yale in what year, Lee Glenn?
The Civil War.
1894. Not too far off. It's
No.
been 1894.
Would they beat Vanderbilt?
Probably. I'd be willing to take that.
I would too.
I'd take it. Absolutely. So tip of the hat to
Yeah.
North Dakota State.
Where was that played at? Texas?
Frisco, Texas. Frisco, Texas. And while we've got a minute here, literally about a minute, let's go ahead and talk about what's coming up Monday night. Big boy football.
Yeah.
Battle of the Tigers. Walker, what's your prediction?
Close game. Everything in me wants to say LSU. That plays right into Clemson's hand. I'm going to take LSU with a touchdown in the last minute just because Joe Burrow has the ball last.
Mr. Glenn.
The loser of the game must remove the word tiger from their vocabulary and Death Valley as the name of their stadium.
How about that? Both are Death Valley. Both are Tigers.
Yeah.
You know what?
So Clemson better be looking for a new mascot and a new stadium name because they're going to get beat by about 20 pounds of crawfish.
Well, what a season for LSU. Unbelievable season for Burrow. How much fun must it be for the guys that play for Coach O? There's just something about Clemson, though, and what the ability to get past Ohio State. I think Clemson in the upset.
Okay. Well, we will revisit this conversation Wednesday night.
Clemson in the upset.
We're back on the air.
38-31.
LSU 31, Clemson 17.
Ooh.
It's going to be 42-35, something like that. It's more high scoring.
You're probably right. We're back to action on the hardwood.
That's a foul.
And no doubt about it. Watson will drive, stops, kicks back to Bailey Minor, over to Josh Cottrell. First minute of the second half, Snyers Euro steps through. Might have gotten away with a travel. Beautiful pass to Bailey Minor from Ephraim Shamanga.
Love the offensive possession by the Nighthawks. Just a lot of balance, a lot of touches, a lot of ball reversals.
37-27. First basket of the second half. Georgia College with the ball. Koneman, a long three, no good. Left it short. Rebound to Watson. Now Snyers will bring it up. Darnell away to Ephraim. Josh open for a three. Yes!
His shot selection is so good. He only takes good shots.
Pop that one through to give the Nighthawks a 13-point advantage, their largest of the day. Air ball tracked down by Ephraim. Koneman is hip checked into the cheap seats. The pass to Snyers. Darnell will drive. Dish to Bailey Minor, and he's
out of control.
Darnell. Yeah. That'll give it back to Georgia College with 18-25. By the way, on a serious note, I want everyone to be cognizant of the weather conditions tonight as we go home. You've got both a wind advisory and a tornado watch in effect till 10 p.m. There have been some wicked storms heading this way. Parks down low, no good. Rebound Bailey Minor. The chance for up to 60-mile-an-hour winds this evening across North Georgia. Shamanga for three off the iron, no good. Rebound taken by Wesley Simpson. Down low, Sloan finishes.
Good catch. I thought that he had thrown it into the stands there.
He barely left the floor. Sort of caught it and gently put it through. An 11-point game. Long three, Minor, you bet.
Love it. 14-point lead for the Nighthawks. It's been a great message by Coach Evans at halftime. Ton of energy that they're bringing. I know Karad Watson and Zez and Zach Brown all played with positive energy in the first half, but seems like that energy has kind of filtered through to the entire team here after the break.
Nice basket by Parks to put it in, make it 43-31 down low. Ball knocked free. And by the way, yeah, that would have been a great halftime to sit in on the meeting with Coach Evans, especially after his vituperative response to the missed call.
I'm not even trying.
Now, you should be able to figure that one out.
Can you use it in a sentence again, please?
Coach Evans had a vituperative response to the lack of a call in the first half. Slam dunk by Zach Brown.
It was a vituperative dunk there.
It was vituperative.
Angry?
Bitter and abusive.
Yeah, that would be the latter term fits. It was abusive to the rim.
Bitter and abusive. 45-31. See, you were right on the money.
That was too easy of a sentence.
It was a good setup.
Yeah.
Thanks to Walker for our second word of the day.
What was the first?
That one flew right by you in the women's game.
Do you remember it?
I do.
What was it? See if I can even remember it.
Begins with a C.
Catamount?
Convoke.
Is that like conjure?
To call together or summon. Well done. I'm going to give you 2 for 2 today.
I wasn't even listening.
You've tuned them out. Foul shot by...
I'm intrigued by the 60-mile-an-hour wind. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the...
Yeah, that's, quite honestly, a little bit of a concern, but we'll watch that as we go along. Minor skips it back out to Zez. Now Steeple over to Shimanga. Stops. KJ Jenkins.
15-point lead.
I like it. Do you get the sense that the Nighthawks are dialed in mentally?
I do.
Right now. That jumper, no good. Rebound, Ephraim. It's just a different feel than the first half.
It's positive energy.
Yes. Tipped out to Zez. Jenkins, 3, a little long. Tracked down by Thomas for the Bobcats. Up ahead it comes. That one from Justin Cave off the mark, no good. Nice job hitting the boards.
Nice hard work on the backside by KJ.
Zez back to Jenkins, over to Ephraim. Coach Evans.
Traffic rebound.
15 and a half to go. Zach in traffic traveled. By the way, if we still have it queued up, we got a timeout on the floor. We better take that first. When we come back, we'll look at a slam dunk that Zach had a bit earlier. It's 48-33. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I'm Kyra Davis, and you're watching North Georgia basketball on NSN.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Teams are back on the floor. 15:29 to go in the ball game. 48-33, largest lead of the day for North Georgia.
America's play, screen the screener.
Thomas, the Parks in the lane, zips out. Sloan, 3, right side, no good. Offensive board, and a foul will send Wesley Simpson to the line.
KJ not so lucky on the backside there in that battle. Got tangled up with a little bit more length and was not able to get his hands on the ball. Came away with a little bit more arm that time.
Foul before the shot. Inbound comes to Parks. Ball knocked free, taken by Jenkins.
I must like that matchup. They're trying to run through it.
KJ, Josh, 3, right side, left it short. Rebound, Chris Parks.
It's been a long time since I've seen Josh Cottrell shoot that wide open. He's probably not used to being that open.
Hop, skip, and a jump down the lane. Might have been a travel before the contact. That will send Thomas to the line. And that will bring out the Eagle masks. Let's see what kind of drama we have here.
I see the bicycle coming.
At the line, Thomas misses Jenkins. The rebound.
Hit him with the old bicycle.
Oh. Pass to Dean, lost that pass out of bounds. Tip of the hat to the Eagles on that. Nicely done.
I wonder what the opposing free throw percentage is when they engage in their theatrics.
I'd be willing to wager that is below average.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying 5 points below.
I'd take that.
Maybe more. Simpson picks up the dribble away to Thomas. Nearly lost the footing there. Three-pointer no good. Nice rebound, Tyler Dean.
Ephraim's got him locked down in the half court.
Drive, Jenkins, contact, and a foul. Stops the clock with 14:05 to go. By the way, this reminder coming up on Valentine's Day, Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Always a special day.
Brand new format we're rolling out. Normally do it the morning of the Saturday afternoon game, but now we're going to do it here on the floor. Really formal ceremony, which will be emceed by you.
Looking forward to that. It's a meaningful day because it's an opportunity to look back at so many of the great athletes, coaches that have been a part of the foundation for the success. Oh, my goodness, absolutely. Sloan putting a shoulder into Ephraim.
Now when we get to the video, Coach Gaines, I'm sure, will work on this. That is a foul, but it's not Sloan's fault all the time. It's the person coming off of the ball screen needs to be just a little bit more patient. Let him get there and get set. Always be late to a ball screen.
Minor to Jenkins, to Snyers, to Shamunga.
What?
To Dean, and it's good. Everybody touched that one.
How did Ephraim get that through there?
Jedi magic.
Like invisible.
The force.
Invisible dust.
The force was with him. 52-35, largest lead of the day. Rebound to Snyers.
I'm telling you, Ephraim is in his mental space right now.
Bounce pass. And a travel. That'll send it the other way. Let's take a look at that demonstrative basket by Zach Brown earlier in the half. I'll tell you, I think you really hit the mark when you refer to that as a vituperative slam dunk.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abusive.
Yeah. I'm missing a spot of orange on the rim on that side.
Inside 13 minutes we go. 52-35. The drive. And a foul on the floor, and that will go against KJ Jenkins.
KJ got caught up in the traffic action there. Just a lot of physicality once the game got into the paint, but did a good job out on the perimeter, understanding player strength, going under the ball screen, beating him to the spot.
Inbound comes Thomas, who scores.
Yeah, Ephraim can't match up on him there. It's a screen the screener. We gave it away and switched it.
Karad Watson goes up and draws contact from Parks.
Karad on being an acrobat, using the body to dodge the contact.
Yeah. And that's saying something, given the fact that he goes 6'8", 250.
That's right.
A couple of 250-pounders matched up there on that one.
It's a quarter of a ton.
Woo!
Don't we have a mop?
And there it is. Okay. Chop, chop. A little sarcastic applause from the pep band.
I like them. I like them. They're growing on me. Arms up. They said.
I love it. Karad makes it count. 53-37. Thomas to the bench, replaced by Richard Crawford for Georgia College. Second one coming for Watson. Should he make it, Josh Cottrell will check in. Karad does. Cottrell does come in, and Ephraim gets a breather. 54-37. 12.5 minutes to play. The lob over the top. Wesley Simpson.
I just like Simpson in the matchup. They liked him against Zach Cottrell in the first half, and there against Darnell. They just like that matchup, so they just run a box set with a ball reversal and throw it to him in the post.
Steeple. Back to Darnell. Snyers will drive to the key. Lobs to Zez in the left corner. Double teamed. Ball winds up. Now it touched the official along the side, and as such, we'll have a timeout before the Nighthawks get it back. The under-12 timeout, 11:56 to play. It's Nighthawks 54, Bobcats 39 on the Nighthawks Sports Network. Back in a moment.
North Georgia Basketball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia, and Kazi Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Man, it's Fox 2-3 up. Mark them with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
We did confirm that it was not only the fact that it was off the official, but tipped by the Bobcats in order to maintain possession for North Georgia. And play has resumed.
Georgia College in their 3-2 zone defense.
Zez Steeple missing that one, just beating the buzzer. It's going to stay North Georgia ball.
Oh, that's what I was wondering why Bailey didn't chase it there. He knew a lot more than I did.
Ephraim will trigger the play from the baseline. Zez is wide open. If they'll give Ephraim the ball. Lob comes, though, to Watson. Back in the corner to Josh. Karad now away to Ephraim. Shot clock at 12. Game clock at 11:30. Ephraim long three, no good. Bailey Minor with the loose ball, and will set it up again. In the corner, Cottrell three, up, no good. Rebound tipped by Minor, back to Zez. Ephraim in the lane, oh my goodness. It was a beautiful pass to Karad, just couldn't handle it.
Good job by Bailey.
11-11, that was a tough tip out.
2 tip outs.
Crawford, bounce pass Inside to Simpson. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound, Zez.
Doesn't like that matchup quite as good when Bailey's on him defensively in the post.
Cottrell, 15-footer, good.
So smooth. Missed a few more threes than he normally does, and I like the fact that he puts it on the floor after the hard closeout and just goes by him into a 15-foot pull-up.
Approaching the midway point in the second half. In traffic, Thomas, no good. Rebound snatched by Watson. Karad now in double digits.
Thomas 4 of 14
in rebounds. Shimanga in the corner. Cottrell 3.
See, Ephraim was really patient up top on that ball screen, waited for Karad to get set, used the hit to get the space. Not quite sure why they're digging off of Josh in the corner there, but we'll definitely absolutely take it when our best shooter can catch and shoot threes with toes on the line.
Parks had that one knocked away. By the way, I thought that last rebound by Watson was his 10th, actually his 11th.
Yeah.
And they're trying to confirm whether or not Parks was shooting. I thought he was driving.
We may need to put Ephraim on triple-double watch here. I see 8 assists, 7 rebounds, and already 10 points. Can we get a tracker?
I like the chances. Nice lay-in in traffic by Simpson. 59-41.
Ooh.
Cottrell, no good. Rebound, Bailey Minor. Kicks to Ephraim, and that pass got away from Shimanga.
You seen the highlight from a couple nights ago, the guy trying to save the ball and threw it directly into the pep band?
No.
Yeah, and like hit some girl right in the face.
Oh no.
Yeah. Weird.
Wow.
Like when it's going out of bounds, you jump up and you try to throw it off a defender on the court. Kind of did that and just threw it into the stands.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I hope she's okay.
I think she was.
Georgia College with the ball. Taken away, though, by guess who? Ephraim, Shimanga, Brown, Cottrell, up and in.
That's actually a scout steal right there. That's a set run by Georgia College where it's a heater into the back corner. And we were there. Ephraim picked it off, pitched ahead, chalked that up to a good scout from the UNG coaching staff.
Nice basket by Justin Cave that makes it 61-43. Clock rolls, 8:37 and counting. By the way, the Nighthawks expanded their lead on a couple of occasions here to 20 points at the maximum. Steeple, good.
Jazz, when he gets going, man, he's just like his explosive offense.
Driving, taken away by Josh Cottrell. Cottrell driving on Koneman. He'll back it out to Zez. Cottrell dumps it down low to Tyler Dean. Turns, shoots, and scores, and the foul.
Nice job by Tyler there.
Stops the clock at 7:54. The under 8 timeout. 65-43, largest lead of the day. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
How good are we?
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
Can you stop copying me?
.43 your score with 7:54 to play in the second half. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network. The free throw line as play gets ready to resume. By the way, guys, National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning.
Hugh Walker. 66-43 and going the other way. And that on Sloan, I believe his fourth. Yep. .746 to go, 66-43. Cottrell, bounce pass to Jenkins. Back to Josh, 3 on the way, good.
Love to see this energy, love to see the bench engagement.
Timeout, Coach Gaines for Georgia College. We will take it as well. 69-43 North Georgia. Stay with us. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network. The Nighthawks en route to evening up their overall record on the season, 7-7. Still a bit of time left, but you have to be impressed with the way they have handled this second half today.
Just been a nice vibe about the team all day today. Great energy. That was a few players really set the tone early for us in the first half, and really top to bottom, you've seen everybody engaged in what's going on out there today and celebrating each other's successes.
Yep. Foul stops the clock with 7:14 to go. And at the line, Richard Crawford. Sloan to the bench. And back in, Hunter Norman. Crawford 62% on the season. Rattles that one in. And the second one as well. .69-45.
Nice pass fake. Lost art in the game.
Cottrell to Tyler Dean in the corner. Snyers will drive to the paint, kicks out. Steeple. And foul on Darnell. That's the second time he is.
Player control foul.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotten his fourth.
Got to use a little bit more body control and dribble penetration. A lot of people think that that's just when you go to score and it's at the rim, but for guards that are past first guards, they really need to think about after the pass what they're doing with their body.
Yep. That pass wound up to Steeple. He was about to zezify the Bobcats again. Whistle there.
I like that.
Foul by Austin Deckard. From just down the road in Sewanee, a former Lambert Longhorn.
Spray.
Josh, this one no good. Rebound snared by Crawford. Drive, shot blocked by Zach Brown.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Hope that had an address in the top left corner.
Skip pass. And that one nestles in for three, courtesy of Brandon Thomas. 69-48, 6:05 to go in the ball game. Cottrell to Steeple. Zez directing traffic, guarded by Norman. Kicks to Dean in the corner, three, good.
That's really good segmented minutes by Tyler Dean today. I know he's got a couple turnovers that are uncharacteristic, but he's really kept his mind in the game and provided a nice spark for the Nighthawks.
Drive, shot, basket, good by Brandon Thomas. 72-50, 5:25 to play. Shimunga open, a whistle. Did not get it.
That's a second game in a row with a 10-second count. How would you describe this officials crew?
It is
I've got
an unusual. Oh, no, you're looking for one word?
Yeah.
One word description. We're going to have to ponder that.
You want mine? Whoa.
Yeah.
These have just gotten a washing machine.
Norman straightaway three, good.
Casual.
Okay.
There's been a couple fouls called where we just haven't even gone to the table to report. We just holler them over there.
Yeah. That's a good description. I like that.
Oh, travel.
And that will send it the other way. And that stops the clock with 4:35 to play. And we'll keep it right here, 30-second timeout. And while we're in timeout, let's take a look at some of the highlights that have transpired already here in the second half. We talked about the aggressive defense that has been the hallmark of this edition of the Nighthawks. But today it's been the combination of both solid defense and some pretty spectacular offense. North Georgia looking for their second conference win, second win in a row. And on the way, leading now 72-53. A long three-pointer, no good. Rebound to Zez. He'll bring it up. Gets the ball to Josh. Lost the handle, had it knocked away. Here come the Bobcats. Deckard, three.
On 16.
An 8-0 run by the Bobcats. As we move inside 4 minutes to go, Norman defends the pass to Jenkins. KJ away to Ephraim. Shimunga to the left side. Beautiful feed to Mr. Brown.
Three kids that can shoot the ball over on the backside, so basically cleared it out for the two of them to play 2-on-2 and hit them with the, wow.
Another block shot by Zach Brown. Three-pointer, no good. Loose ball snared by Zez through traffic, taken away and a foul on Richard Crawford.
Hit him with the side ball screen and roll play. There's no help side, nowhere to bring help from. And then Zach Brown says the postage is no good here.
3:25 to play in the ball game. The under 4 media timeout. 74-56. North Georgia leads Georgia College right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Talked about the defensive prowess of this North Georgia team. Boy, how about Zach Brown coming up big? Another block just moments ago. Tell you, that has to be intimidating for teams once they know what awaits them in the paint.
Well, Georgia College hasn't had much kick out. So anytime they've driven, it's really been driven to score. And Zach can just come and come as quick and as early as he wants. And he's done a good job of timing. And not only there's been a good number of block shots, he's altered a few others around the rim.
Missed foul shot by Zez. Deckard will drive, kick. Crawford, 3. I beg your pardon, Justin Cave. 74-59, 3 minutes. 3 seconds to go. Jenkins back to Steeple, over to Shamunga. Ephraim picks up his dribble, now to Jenkins, wide open 3, good.
Good timeout by Coach Evans here.
30-second timeout, we'll keep it right here.
I like the timeout just to kind of refocus, you know, so Georgia College had cut into it. Not enough really to be concerned, but a little bit of energy Georgia College had, momentum they had gained, kind of got thwarted by that 3. So just call the timeout just to remind us to continue to guard invested as we have all night tonight, and just to allow that momentum just to kind of remain deflated.
You know, we've talked about what this North Georgia team brings to the floor from the coach's perspective, knowing that you've got a squad that has bought in defensively.
Yeah.
That's typically the tougher half to get a team to buy into.
It is, especially one that you're still trying to mold the culture into what you want the culture to be.
Right.
And so I thought that today the scout was really good. I thought the preparation was really good, and I thought that the energy was connected.
Nice drive in the basket by Austin Deckard. The redshirt freshman converting that possession and an opportunity to complete the three-point play, and that is the 5th. (77-61).
That was an absolutely committed dribble penetration there by Deckard and finish in traffic.
Lead now is 15. Steeple to Snyers. Bounce pass.
Watch out.
Oh, Zach missing the dunk attempt, and the backboard still shaking.
Someone was about to get Instagrammed. There's no such thing as posters. That implies that you print still. No one prints.
Would that then be an insta-slam?
Yeah. Nice alliteration there. Yeah. And it would have been that V word that you've been using too.
Vituperative.
Yeah.
That one would have been, I think, doubly vituperative.
He can get off the floor fast.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. That foul shot finds the mark. 79-62. 2:20 to go. Deckard, no good. Rebound, Brown. Outlet comes to Snyers. Double teamed. He's in trouble. Got to get rid of it. And a reach in by Deckard. I'm sure probably playing in front of some friends and family from just down the road. 1-on-1 opportunity coming. You know, that's for a team and a player on the road is so nice to have family and friends attend and be able to cheer you on. Snyers at the line. That one no good. Rebound snatched by Brandon Thomas. That one off the mark. Here come the Nighthawks all ahead. Darnell Snyers lays it in.
Oh, boy. His first 2 points of the night.
Thomas, 3, good. Clock stopped, 1:49 to go. Another 30-second timeout. So talk about the benefit from a psyche standpoint. Nighthawks with the last 2 performances, now with a bit of momentum.
Back-to-back conference wins. Back-to-back conference wins that definitely kind of validate the process a little bit, you know, because a lot of times you can work hard and really try to mold and not get a result and not get a yield. But back-to-back conference wins, one being on the road, the other one being at home here in front of no students before classes have started on a dreary Saturday.
That's big.
But it validates the hard work that happens when you and I are not necessarily on the air.
Turnover. Norman puts it up from 17. No good. Rebound by Ephraim. How close is Ephraim Shimanga away from a triple-double? Only needs one more board. Am I correct? We are really close. I know he's got the points. Ephraim at the line.
Still showing only 8 rebounds on the live stats.
We'll double check that. 1:43 to go. What a nice accolade that would be. That foul shot is good. 82-65, 1:37 to go, and a foul stops the clock. To the line goes Richard Crawford. That one's up and good. Crawford with his 3rd point of the day. And the Eagles unable to disrupt him on either of those. 82-67. Zez to Ephraim. Drives, dishes. Cottrell, 3.
Another assist. So of the 3 categories, Garlow looks like he's going to be potentially short in the rebound category. The higher one of the 2 is assists. Now the higher one of the three is assists.
Which is in keeping with his team-leading assist total.
That's 12.
He came into today with 62. Foul shot good for Justin Cave.
Single game all-time school record is 15. Not going to get that.
Second one also
NCAA
good.
era, he has just tied.
Wow.
Tied the NCAA era school record for assists.
3 foul shots, all good. 85-70, 1:11 to play.
Probably only going to be now maybe only one more possession that we shoot because they're either going to foul. I'm sure they're going to foul, so if they don't foul, then we're going to have to shoot it at least one more time, so it really only gives them one more opportunity to pass.
I say let's go ahead and get that rebound right here.
He's got 9.
Let's get it right here. Snyder's, though, you hate to pull for a miss.
A missed free throw to get an offensive rebound is
that's tough.
That would be very Jedi-like.
Yeah, yeah. But not out of the question. Snyers rattles it in.
But now right here, they're going to shoot a long 3, or they're going to shoot a quick 3.
In the corner, there's the long 3 you talked about, but it's good, and a foul on Steeple. Goodness.
And they'll probably, Georgia College will probably take 1 or 2 more long jump shots. Could get this thing down to 12 points.
Yep. 86-73 with 1:02 to go. Crawford back to the line. Got it. 12-point game with 62 to go. Snyers triple teamed. Gets it up to Zez. Now dribbles up and is fouled by Justin Cave.
So on the Ephraim triple-double watch.
How many assists?
12.
12. How many points?
11.
11.
So Zez knocked a couple free throws down here. Georgia College will sprint down and throw up something really quick.
Zez missing the first. He'll have one more. Missed them both. Tracked down by Deckard. Here come the Bobcats. Thomas launches a 3. It's off the mark. Rebound snared by.
He touched it.
Oh, goodness. Another offensive board. Norman, straightaway 3 is up. It's good. Don't dial away yet. It is now a 9-point game. 86-77 with 36.7 to go. Nighthawks led by as many as 26 points.
Got it down to 9.
According to the hieroglyphics. Greg Corbin, Lee Glenn, Walker McCrary. It has been an entertaining ball game. The Nighthawks in control for the vast majority of the game. Bobcats got out in front early, led by as much as 9-4, 10-6, and then a 9-0 run by the Nighthawks to answer that, put them in front, and that's where they've been ever since.
Comfortably, really.
Yeah.
The energy that we came out with after halftime just really connected as a group and just defended really well. Nice team defense. That really was where the game got stretched out. And, you know, it's very unlikely that Georgia College is able to continue this massive comeback and get the final 9 points here in the 36 seconds. But another thing to keep an eye on is the Ephraim Chemungah triple-double watch. We need one more rebound here.
Josh Cottrell on the baseline, zips it into Zez. Through traffic, Steeple.
Pass it.
Now he'll lob it up to Tyler Dean. Tyler over to Snyers, down to Chemungah. Ephraim back out to Zez. 24 seconds remaining and a foul That'll be on Deckard. His third.
Sure.
Stops the clock with 23.1.
Sure, that took a little bit longer than Coach Gaines wanted it to. Definitely we can go the 5-second rule.
Well,
maybe even the trap rule, 1 pass rule, but it's got foul after 1 pass if we don't steal.
Zez pops it in. Looking to make it. And does. Now an 11-point ball game. Long three by Norman. Wow.
Guess who was directly under the rim had that missed?
Mr. Shimanga?
Yeah.
Oh!
He shot that from the coaching box.
Pretty close. 16.9 to go. 88-80. Zez right back to the line. Good.
17th point for Zez.
Nicely done. Interesting little chat there with Mr. Thomas. Inbound comes to Norman, guarded by Zez. Up to Cave, long three, no good. Rebound by Tyler Dean with 6 seconds. And that's going to do it. The Nighthawks win their second in a row, improve to 2-4, and back to 500 at 7-7 on the season.
Great win by the Nighthawks. Back-to-back conference wins. Even the record back up at 400. You know, I think that Aiken and Pembroke are really good this year. After that, I think it's anybody's conference race. And get back to 500 and put 2 league wins on the docket in 4 days, 3 days, puts us right back in that discussion.
Absolutely. 90-80 is your final score. And standing by with victorious head coach Dan Evans, Walker McCrary.
Yeah, Coach Evans getting ready to step in here. Coach, a fantastic win tonight for your team, 90-80. Ephraim Shimanga just a rebound short of a triple-double, and it would have been the first in program history. Give us your thoughts on how the team played tonight.
I thought we executed really well defensively, especially for the first maybe 30 minutes of the game. You know, we understood what we were trying to do, understood what we needed to do, and for the most part did it, with the exception of some defensive rebounds that we didn't necessarily finish some possessions in the first half. I thought we executed what we had to, and our guys made the right plays, the right decisions, and made plays out of those spots with some made shots, some finishes. I'm just really proud of our ability to handle so much it's kind of an odd defensive team to play with so much triangle and 2 and so much 3-2 zone. We didn't see a man possession until, maybe just a few minutes left in the game. And so I was proud of the way we handled that. And we didn't get into a shell. We just kept playing and kept fighting and found a way to finish it.
Craig and Lee talked a lot about the team having a lot of positive energy tonight, and it showed out there on the floor. How do you get this team keeping that positive momentum going into a Columbus State team on Wednesday night?
I mean, it's all about playing well every day and working to be better every day. And so you play enough games and you go through stretches that aren't pretty and aren't what you want them to be. And we certainly have had our share of those, both in a single game and over time. And so you just have to keep showing back up the next day, put in your best effort forth, listen, adjust. We as coaches have to be open to adjusting. They as players have to be adjusting to what we need and what we want. And even though we have some core values that we will never stray from in the way we want to approach things, we've got to make sure that we're doing everything we can to put our players in the best decision, and they're willing to accept what we need to do and go do it. And so, positivity is an important thing because it usually manifests itself in just a little more effort and a little better results, generally speaking, but usually the attitude has to come first, not the results.
Coach, congratulations on the 90-80 win, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday night.
Thank you, Walker.
Craig Lee, back to you.
Thank you, Walker, and congratulations again to Coach Evans and the Nighthawks. A great effort here today. Very much an entertaining game for all the fans who came out on a nasty afternoon.
Yeah, we heard that the weather's getting pretty rough out there, so everybody kind of sneaking out rather quickly here to get on the road and get home. And But, it's at the end of the day, you got to tip your hat to North Georgia. You got to tip your hat to being collected, big together. And that was really fun to watch. And I'm looking forward to Wednesday night back here, a school night, having the students back and seeing if we can kind of keep this momentum rolling with both teams.
Absolutely. A great doubleheader sweep by the Nighthawks today, both the women and men victorious versus Georgia College. We will step aside. When we come back, be time for the post-game show at Walker McCrary. Again, your final score 90-80. North Georgia knocks off Georgia College. We'll be back in a moment right here on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
90-80, North Georgia defeats Georgia College here in Dahlonega to complete the Peach Belt Conference sweep here at the UNG Convocation Center. As we welcome you into the NSN postgame report. Walker McCrary on the concourse level here at North Georgia. As you take a look at some highlights from today's game over on GMTV and our YouTube page and the Nighthawk Sports Network. Final stats from this one: 17 points apiece for Josh Cottrell and Zez Steeple to lead all scorers. But the big story, Ephraim Shamanga, 11 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds. He had a stellar game from the floor today in 34 minutes of action. 14 points for Zach Brown, 8 points for Tyler Dean, 7 for Bailey Minor, 5 for Karad Watson, 3 for Darnell Snyers, and 8, by the way, for KJ Jenkins. The Nighthawks shot nearly 52% from the floor, including 12 of 32 from beyond the arc and 20 of 30 from the free throw line tonight. A fantastic effort for North Georgia shooting the ball, while Georgia College, Cave led the way, 16 points, Jordan Thomas with 12, and Brandon Thomas with 10, and a bunch of Bobcats in single figures. The Bobcats 38.2% from the floor. They go 10 of 30 from distance and 18 of 23 from the free throw line. North Georgia a 17 rebound advantage, including a 1 rebound advantage on the offensive glass. North Georgia turned Georgia College over 12 times, while the Nighthawks committed 18 turnovers, but they did not come back to haunt, as North Georgia gets a 90-80 win to improve back to 500 for the season. We're going to take one more 90-second break, and when we return, we'll wrap things up here from the UNG Convocation Center. North Georgia 90, Georgia College 80, back after these messages on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
It takes more than intelligence and talent to succeed in life. It takes grit and a commitment to excellence.
It takes the willingness to serve others and a cause greater than yourself.
It requires you to push boundaries,
ask difficult questions,
and understand the world around you.
It requires you to know your strengths
and weaknesses, and have the desire to make yourself better than you were yesterday.
It requires you to be independent, efficient, and tolerant.
Ultimately, it requires you to be a leader. At the University of North Georgia, we develop leaders.
Leaders who serve our country abroad to tackle the challenges of the world.
And leaders who serve at home to improve our way of life.
Leaders who never quit.
Leaders who lead by example and not exception.
Leaders who are tough, but fair.
Leaders who are relentless and passionate.
Leaders who solve problems and don't make excuses.
Leaders who do the right thing, even when no one's looking.
There's nothing average about the University of North Georgia and its Corps of Cadets.
If you've got what it takes, then bring it.
Hi, I'm Sonia McClain with Red Rooster Realty. Fall is right around the corner, and it doesn't get any prettier than this. Have you been thinking about buying in Georgia's Lake and Mountain Paradise? Give me a call at 770-480-4777.
90-80, North Georgia defeats Georgia College here from Dahlonega to wrap up our Peach Belt Conference doubleheader. Coming up on the Nighthawk Sports Network on Monday on the flagship radio station for North Georgia Athletics, Glory 97.9 AM 1330, 3:30 p.m. on Monday. It'll be Hawk Talk, an exciting episode planned. Julianne Sutton will be on Hawk Talk with us on Monday afternoon. We hope you'll tune in there. If you can't catch it on the radio, you can go on ungathletics.com/Hawk Talk to get the podcast for Monday's edition of Hawk Talk after it airs on Monday. Wednesday, we're right back here in the UNG Convocation Center as Columbus State comes to town. The Cougars got a sweep of UNC Pembroke today. The men getting a big win over the Braves for Columbus State, 84-79. A little bit of a surprise there as UNC Pembroke, widely regarded as one of the favorites to win the league this year. Columbus State holds on for a 5-point win over the Braves. They trailed by 6 at halftime before storming out and winning the second half by 11 points to take that 5-point lead. Columbus State will be here in the UNG Convocation Center. We'll go live here on the Nighthawk Sports Network at 5:10 with the NSN pregame show, and then Craig Corbin and Lee Glenn will have all the action from courtside. 5:30 for the women, or 7:30 for the men. Until then, for our entire NSN crew, the executive producer, Morgan Brooks, our entire awesome crew, cameras, and everybody else behind the scenes, and for the guys who called the game, Craig Corbin and Lee Glenn, I'm Walker McCrary signing off. North Georgia sweeps Georgia College with the men winning 90-80 tonight here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. We'll see you on Wednesday. Good night from the Gold City.